Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Art of Creation Homestead. My name is Jason. We're out here this evening. It's gotten hot, but that's okay. We don't mind it. You kind of need the sun and warm weather, right, to grow food and also to grow herbs. And we're out here planting herbs today because Angela Kay loves to use a lot of herbs. If you like to cook a lot and you like a lot of flavors, different stuff, you like to do a lot of things, growing herbs is a very, very, very useful and important thing to do. You buy dried spices and dried herbs all the time in the store. Why not grow them? So we're going to show you what we've already got planted, and we're going to show you what else we are planting. What we already have planted is this basil here. This is a resin raised bed planter that we bought a few years ago. Honestly, before we knew green stalk, before we ever had green stalks, it does this job okay, but it's not as good as a green stalk, being real. But it does do its job, and we've got basil here planted here. This one kind is Genovese basil and one kind is Emily basil. Angela's got them separated right here, so she knows which is which. But she loves to grow a lot of basil because she loves to make a lot of pesto. Now, while that basil is up there on the patio, we have these two beds here that we built 4 or 5 years ago, and honestly, we didn't do a good job. We didn't really pay attention to how much sun they get, just being honest with you. And so they don't get a ton of sun back here, but they are useful. We found that out a couple years ago. We planted basil inside of this bed right here, and it did an amazing job. It grew so well right here when it didn't even get that much sun. It gets shaded by this big massive tree. We actually have 4 beds, but we're only planting 2 of them right now. But so we're gonna plant some basil here because Angela loves herbal teas. So we're gonna plant some basils here for tea.
These are for iced tea for the summer, and this one is blue spice. The reason I got this one is it has vanilla overtones.
It says heavy fragrance with spicy vanilla overtones.
And I think it would make really good iced tea.
Now, we heard about making teas out of this from somewhere else, right?
Yes.
So, okay, we heard about making teas, herbal teas from this basil, so.
And this one is supposed to be very lemony.
Distinct aroma, lemony and spice-like.
And any lemon and tea is just a match made in heaven. So that one is going to be a go-to for me, more than likely.
Absolutely. So we're going to plant the most of these two probably, right?
Yes.
Okay. Tulsi.
This is holy basil or Tulsi.
Yeah.
If you've ever grown it, you become very addicted to the smell.
Yeah.
It has a very unique smell that nothing smells like it. And it is amazing.
And it says it got, helps combat stress and other medical concerns for what it's worth.
Yes. Then this is lemon basil.
And we'll go lime because you got these together for
lime basil.
Right.
And one tastes like lemon, one tastes like lime.
Obviously.
I figured I would mix them to make the tea and make a citrusy tea.
Yeah.
Now, generally when I plant basil, I like to just scrape the dirt back.
Yeah.
Just a light coating of dirt.
Just a little bit.
Because you don't want to cover too heavily.
And these seeds are small. They'll wash down easy.
And those seeds are so small. And then I just sprinkle them.
Yep. Yep.
Like, honestly, like you're salting your food.
Yeah. Depends on depends on how much salt you like.
You just kind of sprinkle them.
Yep.
The way Jason's doing.
We're just gonna plant this whole pack, right?
Yeah.
This is a good light dirt mix too, or potting mix. So it's not going to take a whole lot. I mean, as far as like to wash them out, because it is so light. So you gotta be careful. Like
then you just want to zhuzh a little dirt back over them, just a tiny bit, because if you bury them too deep, with basil seeds, if you bury it too deep, they're not going to sprout.
But also, like the water will also push them in the dirt enough. If you barely get them like that, the water will kind of sink them down on its own, right?
Yes, okay. But you want to water very lightly.
So,
you don't want to spray hard,
Yeah.
just a light mist, because otherwise it will push them way down, and then they won't.
Exactly. So that was blue spice. We're going to plant the Persian here beside it. So we're going to plant the most of those 2, and then we're going to plant these 3 all together in another bed. And we'll just spare you the effort of watching us plant seeds, okay? But no, those 2 are going here. These 3 are going over there. And now we're going to plant some rosemary. We plant a bunch of rosemary. Honestly, we use a bunch of rosemary. We're going to plant some more in an upcoming video, and this is just really important to us. We love using fresh rosemary. We bought this a little bit ago. It needs to get planted pretty quick. So we're gonna put one in a pot just to keep it close by. And herbs like a good light mix. To be honest with you, anytime you're using containers, you need to make sure you use a light mix. But herbs really like a light mix. Nothing too heavy and compacting. Just a good light dirt or light soil mix around them, and that's really simple. And you just have to keep it watered until it gets started.
And Jason has been known to enjoy rosemary chocolate chip shortbread.
It sounds crazy, but rosemary chocolate chip shortbreads are probably a delicacy in this house. It should be everywhere. It's amazing. Fresh rosemary is so much better than dried stuff. And anybody who loves to cook should keep it on their patio if you can.
The next thing we're going to plant is common thyme. I love using thyme in different things, especially with chicken. It's wonderful. I like to plant it in a pot. A lot of times it will come back, so I like to keep it separated.
Yeah.
That way it can come back. I can take it in through the winter if I want to. I can take it in the garage, because that way it will sustain the cold. But I will tell you, the seeds are like almost microscopic.
Oh, it's really small. Look at that.
They're almost like microscopic. So do not bury them very deep.
Yeah, same thing as with the basil, right? A lot of herbs
Yes.
are like that, I guess. So just
But
add 'em in.
thyme is probably one of the smallest there is. Barely cover over.
Yeah. Again, the water will sink them in as far as they need to go.
And mist. Don't
Yeah.
spray.
Right. And now we're going to plant some more herbs in a green stalk. Green stalk is a great way to plant herbs, like on your patio. Go vertical. This is the leaf planter, so it's 7-inch deep, where the original planter is 10 inches deep. And this is old dirt. All right, so soil that we used last year, we're using again this year, and we put a bunch of worm castings in it to refertilize it, give it some more life, so these herbs can get off to a great start. Now, Angela's going to go for color here, okay? So I'm going to turn it over to her, and she'll be able to tell you what she's planting, where, and why.
Okay, this is the bottom tier. And what we're going to plant is slow bolt cilantro. I use a lot of cilantro in salsa making. And the slow bolt is the best.
Yeah.
Because no matter how hot it gets,
It can handle the heat.
it can handle it.
It does.
Honestly, other cilantro, it will bolt if you look at it funny.
Yeah, bolt just means it's going to seed. No longer any good.
It will start to go to seed if you look at it funny. And I don't need that because I need it to wait until I'm ready to do salsa.
Yeah.
So I need a lot of it. And as you can see, this is the exception to the herb seed rule.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger.
They're a lot bigger. You can plant them a lot deeper. You can water a lot better.
Yeah.
And I just sprinkle just a few. Don't be heavy with it. Just sprinkle just a few in each little pocket.
And we're going to cover over this lightly with some fresh soil. So that's the only reason why we're not burying them inside the soil that's here.
The next thing we're going to plant is dark purple opal basil. This is a more fruity basil, and it goes really well with fruit, especially peaches. And I'm planting this so that we can use it with fruit. Yeah. And also it adds a very refreshing, almost fruity note to a lot of dishes if you put it in raw, like in our tomato salad. So I'm going to do 2 tiers of this, and I'm going to alternate green, purple, green, purple, green, purple.
So the bottom tier is going to be cilantro, then you're going to have
Opal basil.
Purple basil again. Then the next tier
is cilantro.
Cilantro again.
And then purple basil
then more
again.
purple basil. Gotcha.
So, again, basil seeds are small. So, we're just going to sprinkle lightly. And then we're going to cover with fresh dirt.
Yep.
So, you just want to sprinkle inside of each pocket.
And we're going to do that with the 2 tiers. Right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Now, on the top tier, we are going to do flat leaf parsley. This is usually Italian parsley. I don't really care for the curly parsley. I like the flat leaf. It has better flavor. And it adds a perfect freshness to just about any summer thing that you do. So, the seeds look a lot like lettuce seeds.
Yeah, there's some.
So, you just want to sprinkle them and cover them lightly like you do basil.
Actually, like carrot seeds more than anything.
Yeah, you're right, because they are in the same family.
Yep.
Parsley and carrots are actually in the same family.
Yep.
It's hard to believe, but you see see it in the tops.
And this is gonna be the top layer because you need a green for the top layer,
Yes.
right?
Because I'm going for looks here.
Yeah. Looks and usability.
Yes.
All right, that's it, folks. We're gonna finish putting this thing together and water it down, and we're gonna get going. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hey, honestly, hang around. Angela uses this stuff in a variety of ways. Dries it, uses it fresh. We use it, so we'll dry it in a dehydrator, use it fresh, do all kinds of things with it. And Angela will show you how to do that as the year goes on. Okay, so thank y'all so much for watching. I do appreciate it. My name is Jason. That's Angela K. This is Art Creation Homestead. We love y'all. God bless you and goodbye.